What is going on, guys? In today's video, we're going to be doing a walk around of my brand new E46, well, new to me, E46 M3. I feel like the last video I made revealing it and showing it, it wasn't really showing the car at all. It was just me talking the entire time, so I kind of feel bad about that. Plus, the car was filthy, so that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to do a walk around, because I felt like I spent so much money on a car and it just looks like a piece of crap because of how dirty it was. Like, the amount of dirt I had to take off was honestly kind of astounding, and I kind of wish I just went with an enclosed box anyway, but it's whatever. I saved like almost $800 not doing the enclosed. But anyways, so the car is now washed. It's still pretty dirty now, but I washed it a couple days ago, and it's clean. It's just a little dirty, but it's clean enough to show you guys. So I'm gonna stop talking, I'm gonna stop showing my face, and I'm gonna start showing you guys the car. We're gonna do a quick walk around. We're gonna talk about the features it has, etc., whatever information I could possibly give you. And then we're just gonna talk about the future plans as well, maybe in this video. I don't really know yet, but I really wanna talk about the car and how it looks, the condition, the blemishes, the things that are not good, the things that need to be addressed, etc. And let's begin. So like I said, this is a 2004 E46 M3. It has the Napa black leather interior with the silver gray metallic, the same color you find on the E46 M3 CSL, which is my literal dream car. So far, being able to drive it and seeing it, like seeing how it runs, how the suspension feels extremely sloppy. It feels super old. I don't know what's going on. The rear end feels kind of loose. I think my rear trailing arm bushings are shot. And I expected this. The amount of I paid for this car, it's okay. I can stomach that, and it's all right. But it is in pretty much very good condition. I took off the nasty black the nasty black kidney grills with the M stripes. I'm not a fan of those at all. I don't think, like, remember I used to say kill the chrome grill? Chrome grill is better than black kidney grill with M stripes. Like, do not put M stripes on your grills, guys. Just don't do it. Stop. I feel like it's like an unwritten rule. Just don't do it. So I took off that front plate adapter thing, so that's why you see these nasty holes in the front bumper. We will be getting a CSL front bumper. Huge shout out to Keys Motorsports. Whenever they do get it in stock, I will be getting that shipped out here, and then I'll get it painted. And then also this disgusting BMW roundel being carbon fiber. I hate it. I don't know why people touch the roundel. Just don't touch it. Just leave it alone. These are things you don't touch. Another thing that is annoying is these corner lights being smoked. I hate them. I'm not a fan of them at all. I like the clears. I'm gonna order the clears, and I'm gonna get the clears. So I did run into a little hiccup with the car. The hiccup being that flag that was on the hood that I showed you guys earlier in the last vlog, I took it off. I took my time to take it off, etc. And when I took it off, it uncovered something pretty bad. So I showed this to Mike. Mike said it looks like somebody tried to polish the car or something with one of those orbital things that, like, you put on the paint, you, like, you know, you can get the polish in there and the compound and stuff. And it looks like it was like burnt or something. It just looks really bad. If you touch it with your fingers, you really don't feel it. It's literally smooth. Like, it's just weird. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just, I don't know what that is. I don't know what the situation is with that, but that mark is there. It's really bothering me, and especially having had an E36 M3 in the condition that mine was in. Like, it's just really hard for me to stomach something like that. But anyways, we continue. I will get the hood repainted, and then I'll have to do the fenders because silver gray metallic is such a bitch to match. And then when I do the fenders, the doors aren't gonna match, so I'm gonna end up doing the doors, and then the quarters won't match. I'm gonna do the quarters, and the trunk won't match, and I have to do the trunk anyway because I'm gonna see a silver bumper, and then the back bumper won't match, and then the hood won't match, and the entire car's gonna get resprayed all over again, and I'm just gonna be like, what the fuck? So then we also have, there's water in here. Nice. I think these come chrome from the factory, so I think he put gloss black ones. I think I'm okay with these. He also gave me the chrome ones. He gave me pretty much all the stock stuff. This car does have Megan Racing headers and an AR20 rasp delete resonator. I don't know anything about this chassis in terms of the exhaust, because I've always known that the S54 is extremely hard to make it sound perfect and really easy to make it sound like a beehive. Like, it's just really raspy. Some people enjoy the rasp. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I still need to form my opinion on it. I don't mind it if it's a small amount, but if it's a lot, it starts to piss me off. But everything for the exhaust, literally just the Megan Racing headers, and the rest of the exhaust is stock. The body is in more or less good condition. This quarter panel is essentially just messed up. It needs to be pulled and fixed and then repainted. Also, you can see the 4 dings right here. I don't know if you can see them with the reflection. It's just like those dimple sized dings. Obviously, I probably wouldn't even care about them if I never had my E36 in the condition that it was in, but I did, so this stuff bothers me now. The sunroof surprisingly works, thank God. I'm not gonna mess with it too much. The rear power windows also work. I love how they flap open, so it's so fun to see that. The wheels, actually, these are starting to grow on me. I didn't like these at first. I really want the CSL 19-inch wheels, but these actually aren't too bad. I don't mind them too much. The back of this car is literally perfect. The park distance sensors, wasn't a huge fan of them. Actually, the holes are starting to grow on me. I don't know, I'm starting to like it. It makes the car look a little bit more new and refined. Again, we have the stupid ugly carbon fiber roundel. I will be taking that off as well, and we will be trying to secure a OEM CSL trunk. If I can't, my funds don't you know, support that, I will just get a status group aftermarket CSL trunk. We also have this ding right here on the driver's side quarter panel, but for the most part the body is in pretty good condition. I'm not sure what tints these are. My boy Jay, he's telling me that he thinks the rears are probably 5%. They look really dark. I literally can't see through them, so he probably is right. And these are probably like 35s, so you can still see inside the car more or less. But I'm not a huge fan of tints. I'm probably gonna end up going the fishbowl look, because I love the fishbowl look. And then we'll just, I don't know, I'll figure something out from there. So let's go into the interior. It's pretty freaking clean, I'm not gonna lie. The interior honestly is very clean. So I have to wipe down this whole door sill so then this doesn't look as disgusting with the water stains and the watermarks. The seat is partially worn for the driver's seat. It matches with the mileage. I feel like it could be worse at this mileage, so it definitely was taken care of. The steering wheel was rewrapped with this tricolor M stitching, which is cool. I don't really mind it, but the steering wheel is a little too thick. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I don't know what I'm gonna do yet with that. I kind of want to leave the interior exactly stock and just the way it is, but I don't know. You guys know how it goes with me. The shift boot, the ZHP shifter, the shift knob, and the boot has obviously been changed. It's not original to this car. He upgraded to the ZHP shift knob, which is great. It's my favorite shift knob of all time. And then that boot, I'm not a huge fan of the tricolor, the M tricolor with the steering wheel. I mean, it's cool. I'm sure everybody here right now likes it, but I prefer the black with the white stitching. Because I don't want the car's interior to scream M. I don't think that's cool. I really love the subtle M logos in the headrests though. That's really cool. Really appreciate that. And I was thinking about maybe doing a carbon fiber wrap on the trims, but I really like the aluminum as well. And then there is an Android head unit right here. It's okay. It's kind of shit, honestly. Response time is pretty trash, and then also the speakers are actually really good. They sound very good. The bass is really good. It has the HK. It even has the heated seats, so which is really cool. I think it's okay. I mean, it's not the worst thing that could happen. This car wasn't originally an SMG car. I forgot to mention that in last vlog. It was originally an SMG car, which means it was converted to stick. So the clutch, the throwout bearing, everything that you could think of is pretty much new. Even the clutch pedal and the brake assembly is brand new. A lot of the things in this car have been replaced and changed, so it's really cool. I have service receipts and pictures of the rod bearings being done on this S54. The coolant expansion tank, all the hoses, everything's been changed and fixed or updated or maintained. It definitely needs an oil change soon. Do I smell oil? No, I don't. I'm crazy. But yeah, so for the most part, the car is in very good condition. The motor and the transmission are perfect. The exhaust could be a little bit better. We will be doing a first drive. Well, I pretty much have driven it now, but I wanted to make a video of my first time driving it and feeling like this S54 for the first time. It's fast, it moves. So this car actually does feel slower than the E36, but the way it puts its power down is so refined that you don't really realize how fast you're going until you look at your speedo. So when I started looking at my speedo, I was like, I would expect the E36 to be like almost 10-15 miles per hour slower at this point, but the E36 just feels faster. I drove a Supra, my really close friend, childhood best friend's Supra, literally back to back from the E36 to the Supra, and the E36 just felt faster, but when we did a 40-year-old, the Supra gapped it. So I don't know. Newer cars, you know, the power is just put down completely differently, and they're refined, and the interiors, everything's just better. So it just makes it seem like when you're going 100 miles an hour, it feels like it's 40. So that's kind of the case with this thing as well. All right, let's actually sit inside of the E46. Another thing I really love about this car is just the quality of the materials that BMW used to use. Like just closing this door, oh, I didn't close it. Just, I don't know, man, there's just something about it. It just feels so much better. But yeah, I really do wish I got the oval rearview mirror, but maybe that could be a retrofit in the near future, who knows. So this car also has a UUC Evo 3 short shifter. It's extremely stiff. I'm not a huge fan of it because it takes so much effort to row through the gears. And I think it's worse for me, especially because I come from a very sloppy gearbox in the E36 because everything's worn. So I'm not a huge fan of like, I really have to put my arm into this. Like, I mean, I know I'm not the strongest guy ever, and I'm not saying you have to be in order to drive a manual or to drive this, but just being so used to the sloppiness of the E36, it makes this even worse. So it's just taking me some time to get used to it. The clutch in this car is also super soft. The clutch in the E36 was extremely heavy. The throttle in this car is super soft. The throttle in the E36 was extremely heavy, and the response, the sensitivity of the throttle is extremely sensitive versus just, it's so linear in the E36. It's just like consistently nice. When you put it in sport mode, the throttle response obviously gets better. Everybody knows this about E46s, but when you're driving like just normally around the road, around the street with sport mode, it's just like the sensitivity is like too much, and then not with sport mode off, it's like the sensitivity is like too soft. So it's like, how much do I have to press the throttle for it to actually blip? And downshifting is so much, oh, sorry. And downshifting is so much different. Like it's just weird. I'm not a huge fan of it, and I really need to get used to this gearbox. I don't know. It's gonna take me some time, but it's whatever. But yeah, in terms of like the mod plans that I have planned out for this car, it's not much. It's literally just a CSL front bumper, CSL trunk, CSL wheels, and then I'm gonna lower it on Olin road and track coilovers, and then I'll get the exhaust note perfect, exactly how I like it, and then I think that'll pretty much complete this car and just leave it the way exactly it is. And then maybe one day, if I do start getting tired of like how stock it is, I'll probably start working on the interior and put some pole positions in here and get a half cage and a harness. But I really just want to leave it stock for the most part, because these things are shooting up in value and it's like really hard to get them now. And I'd rather like leave this like as like my nice daily comfortable car, and then leave like and just buy another car for like race boy shit, you know. But I feel like the Olins will be a really nice addition. Also getting the subframe reinforced, all that. A lot of it is going to be that nasty maintenance that nobody wants to do, and also nobody wants to watch. It's going to be more maintenance than mods, especially with this car, but it is what it is. By the way, this is what I was talking about when you close the door. Just that click, it just feels such high quality. I love it. I was sitting in the car because it's kind of chilly. You guys can see I'm wearing a jacket. I don't know why it's so cold so fast this year. I don't know. This is North Carolina. It's my first time here in this season, so maybe it just gets like this. It's pretty similar to New York, if I'm not gonna lie. But I know you guys want to see the car, so I'll come back outside and keep walking around it. But for the most part, this car is pretty, man. It's really pretty. I love the silver gray metallic. It looks really good. It's the exact color I wanted. I've also really liked Interlagos blue, but my really favorite color right after silver gray metallic is probably Alpine white, then Interlagos, or maybe even what's that other blue? I think Mystic blue. This is a really super cool color. And also, I don't mind the titanium silver. It's cool, but I would never own another titanium silver. Especially, I don't know why. Just silver, it's too flat on this car. I mean, people say silver is worse on E36, and I understand it probably is, but I also had a fresh paint job, so I can't relate. I think fresh, any paint color is gonna look fantastic. But yeah, oh yeah, so for the headlights, I don't want the angel eyes. It has really bright LED halos, and they're like the dotted ones. They're really like dotted. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I can just show you. I don't know if the LED frequency might freak the camera out. I'm gonna see right now. Let's see. You can see right here. It's what? How does this work? How does this car work? Wait. Why was it? It was just beeping. Why did it stop? All right, this car is sus. Let me just start it. Let me not kill my battery. Who knows if the battery is just like. I started in gear. Another thing. Oh, look, it says BMW on that. Okay, let me. Actually, the angel eyes are probably on now. The oil change was done 6,000 miles ago, so it's kind of out of my comfort zone. Otherwise, I'd show you guys some nice pulls. But... all right, so you see those? Now, some of you might like this. I don't. I'm not a fan of this at all. I don't like the dotted. I like the consistent, nice, like, ring. I don't know how to explain it, but. It's like this nice, you can see every line. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. I actually don't even like angel eyes on E46 M3s. I think it only belongs on E39 M5. That's why my E36 didn't have them. That's why this is probably going to end up taking these out unless I find those nice consistent ones. And even still, that's going to be like a shot in the dark. Like I probably won't even know how to do it. I love how the headlights look, just completely plain, just off. But I don't know. I guess people like this. I mean, I'll rock it for a bit until I get the corners. If I get the clear corners and I still don't like it, they're definitely going to come out. And I'll just replace them with the soft ones. But if I can't do them with like the CCFL, or I don't know what kind of LED it is. I forgot what it's called. I used to know this stuff, but now I don't. But I'm just not a fan of this, so that's definitely going to change. And those chrome grills aren't going to stay for long. I've ordered the chrome grills, or the grills that I want, so that's going to be solved. But most of all, man, I just love the shape of this car, man. The stance, the way it looks so freaking good. I hope you guys also, I know you guys are really like happy and excited to see this car on the channel. And nobody's really making content for these cars. Because obviously there's not a lot of them, and if there are, like, they're pretty much done already. But, you know, I feel like I can, you know, start making some pretty sweet videos on this, especially because I just genuinely love the car, and I'm really excited about it. It's probably one of the nicest cars I've owned in a very long time. Yeah, man, just one last walk around, and I'm gonna end this video off for you guys. I feel like I do a lot of talking, and I never show you guys the car, so I wanted to definitely prioritize just showing it off and just letting you guys get a good look at it. It's a very nice car. It runs very nicely as well. The suspension is honestly, it's just, ugh, it's so bad. I have a suspicion, I checked underneath, there were Bilstein shocks that were literally, they look like they were pretty recently changed. Maybe it's because they're recently changed. I feel like this car is sitting way higher than it should stock. So I don't know why, but I feel like maybe you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe this is the stock height. I feel like this car not only is sitting too high, but I feel like they put the wrong shocks in it. Like, I feel like maybe they put like a 330 CI suspension in there, and like that's why it's sitting so freaking high, because like that is sitting way too high. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid and crazy and I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, but this really does feel like, I don't know. You guys probably know more. Some of you probably might know more. Comment down below. I don't know. But it doesn't matter because I already got the Olins anyway. Huge shout out to Keys Motorsports for that. But it's getting cold and I've done enough talking, and I think there's really not much else to cover. These seats sit so high. You guys know I like sitting low. I can't even sit low in here. I gotta like slouch, but it's whatever. Anyway, guys, that pretty much concludes today's video. I really appreciate you. Before we end this video off, I really want you guys to see the power rear windows. How cool is that? I love those. The 36, you gotta reach back unless it's the European model. The European ones come with it, power, but obviously the Americans don't get nice things, and it's whatever. The interior lighting's all LED. I'm not a huge fan of it. I might switch to halogen, but we'll see. But anyway, guys, that pretty much does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Peace out.